It's the Democrats in Congress and the Democrats in the media who are besmirching themselves for all time, for all history. But when I think of Donald Trump, I do think of Reagan and Lincoln. They had different challenges, but they were strong men. And despite attack after attack after attack, they not only withstood the attacks, they did great things for this country.
Mark Levin's epic defense President Trump, viral from last Sunday. Of course, #1 New York Times bestselling author, Unfreedom of the Press, Life, Liberty, and Levin, Sunday nights here on the Fox News Channel, syndicated radio host nationwide. I call him the Great One. You know, Mark, this is the biggest medical mobilization in the history of man. He had the wisdom 10 days after the first case in America to put a travel ban in effect, quarantines, subsequent travel bans. No Democrat was helping him ever. New York was dead without him.
Well, a couple of things here. First of all, the President of the United States has done more with 50 governors than any president in history, since we've had 50 states at least. He's done more with the private sector than any president in history. It was a lot of these governors who were caught short because they blow their budgets on stupid things like Cuomo. Cuomo with his solar panels and his focus on infanticide and all the rest of this nonsense. He comes into this pandemic with a $6.1 billion debt, and now he wants the American people to pay him off. But before I get to that, and I do want to get to that, but I know I have limited time, I want to say this. Barack Obama is one of the most corrupt presidents in history, certainly in modern history. Barack Obama. It was the Obama FBI that was spying on the Trump campaign. It was the Obama FBI that was spying on Carter Page. It was the Obama FBI that went after Michael Flynn. It was the Obama FBI that hid exculpatory information about Michael Flynn. It was the Obama FBI that lied to the FISA court. It was the Obama FBI that conspired to trigger the 25th Amendment against the President of the United States. It was the Obama FBI that was leaking. And while you talk about your group there, and they certainly, you and they deserve a lot of credit, I came on this network on March 5th as a former chief of staff to an attorney general, and I looked at the leaks, and I knew they were coming from the FBI that were taking place. And I took 8 of them, one exhibit after another, and I said, and I meant it, there's espionage going on in this administration against Trump, against his campaign. I didn't have the specifics, but I knew enough to read what was going on. Those leaks were coming from the FBI. And I want the American people to know that one of the problems is, in addition to the most corrupt president in modern history, Obama, we have the most corrupt press in modern history. You want to know why? There are dozens of former Democrats that worked on Capitol Hill, that worked in nonprofit groups, that worked in the Obama and Clinton administrations, who are now so-called news journalists in the media. And they have family members, too. There is an incestuous relationship. I call it the Democrat Party media because that's exactly what it is. And they're covering up for Biden now. When Biden wants to speak, he can barely speak. When Biden wants to speak, who does he talk to? Joe Scarborough? Oh, that'll be a fascinating discussion. Between the two of them, they have a negative IQ of 48. You're going to have Biden there. You know full well that the Scarborough staff and the Biden staff are already coordinating on how he's going to respond and so forth. Hey, tough guy, Biden, you're always calling out the president. You're going to take him behind the schoolhouse. How about you stand up straight like a man in front of a camera, take questions for 30 or 40 minutes. The president does it for 90 minutes at a time. You are accused of sexual assault. In some states, what you're accused of doing is called rape. This is a very, very serious matter. So defend yourself like a man. Speak out. Don't put out statements. But the press will defend him. Why? Because the press is corrupt. Also, Sean, I want to circle back to Mr. Cuomo. Mr. Cuomo, you put out a policy on March 25th. Nursing home administrators, directors of nursing, and hospital discharge planners, despite the fact that we had enough data to know that frail senior citizens in nursing homes, in assisted living homes, and senior facilities are the #1 potential death target of this virus. You sent coronavirus positive individuals into nursing homes. And now you're blaming the nursing homes. Here it is. Here's your order right here. It says no resident shall be denied readmission or admission to the nursing home solely based on a confirmed or suspected diagnosis of COVID-19. Nursing homes, listen, America, are prohibited from requiring a hospitalized resident who is determined medically stable to be tested for COVID-19 prior to admission or readmission. The next day, the nursing homes and their association begged the governor, please don't do this. We can't handle these people. We have senior, frail residents in here. And what does he say? He doesn't care. In fact, the title in the Wall Street Journal that day was, New York mandates nursing homes take COVID-19 patients. What kind of an idiot do you have to be to take COVID-19 positive patients out of hospitals and put them with frail senior citizens in nursing homes? They're not set up for that. That guy, honestly, has blood on his hands and a big mouth to boot. Now, the Florida governor, he says, hey, the data shows nursing homes are a problem. Assisted living homes are a problem. What does he do? He moves his medical resources into those areas to try and protect those people. Yes, Sean.
25% of deaths in New York, and he had the Navy ship and the Javits Center COVID-19 ready, and they didn't use it. That makes it worse. Mark Levin, great one. Exactly. Every Sunday night, 8 p.m. When we come back, Tara Reade's allegations, have they damaged Biden? Karl Rove, he has that answer straight ahead.